How's it going, everybody? I'm Levi with JLG Reptiles, and today I'm going to be telling you about our first official breeding season here at JLG Reptiles. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and if you're already subscribed, then welcome back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start this off by saying I do have some concerns and some questions. So if you've been breeding ball pythons for a while, or if for some reason you're just an expert, you know, you've done a lot more research than I have. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done my research, but it seems like a lot of people just have a lot more time to really dive into things like this. So here's what's going on. Okay, I have paired my pastel inchy clown, and I will pull him out so you guys can check him out. Come here, bud. This is our pastel inchy clown male, and this year he weighs 523 grams. He's probably a little heavier than that now. He's had a few meals since I weighed him. But I've paired him with my Desert Ghost, my Ultra Male, and our VPI Exantic. And I honestly, this is going to sound crazy to a lot of you, but I never actually sexed this snake. I kind of got him, like, I feel like, honestly, you run into issues with snakes not being the right sex when you're talking about females. I feel like, you know, sometimes people get a female that's actually a male, but for somebody to sex a male, I feel like it's pretty clear. You know, I feel like it'd be a lot easier to not pop, you know, to try and pop a female and not get the hemipenes out and call it a female and sell it than it would be to call a male a female. I don't know. I just feel like it's, if somebody knows how to pop a snake, I just feel like it would be easier to make the mistake the other way around. Could be wrong, but that's kind of how I feel about it. So anyway, I don't know how to sex a snake. I watched videos on it and, you know, tried to learn how to pop a snake, and everybody says, well, you really just need to have somebody show you how to do it for your first time. And honestly, guys, I don't have anybody to show me how to do it for my first time. There's not, that I know of, many breeders in my area. And I have kind of looked at, you know, even like if you get online and kind of look, there's just not much. So there's not really anybody to ask. And then at the same time, I don't really want somebody coming in here or me taking my snake to someone else's house where there could be like a mite deal happening. And by the way, I think we might have mites. I'll tell you guys more about that in a bit, but I think that could be happening here. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it could be an issue. Either way, I got a can of Prevenamite on the way. I ordered it like as soon as I saw him. But yeah, so basically whenever I put him in with a female, I mean, they kind of do their thing. The females, especially the Desert Ghost, she starts kind of like flicking her tail, you know, up against him and things like that. And, you know, it's pretty much everything that I've kind of seen online, people saying that, you know, are good signs. I've seen it. So I'm hoping everything is according to plan as far as my males and females. I also heard on another channel, somebody put like a male in with another male, and it sounded like, you know, World War II going off in there. So I've put him in with my 3 girls down here, if he is a he, and I'm really, really hoping he is. But, you know, and there wasn't any like beating and banging, no fighting or anything like that. So I guess, you know, all my girls are actually girls, unless this is a girl, and then one of these could be trying to, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to pop a snake, and I need to know how to pop a snake, or I need to get a probing kit, which would probably be my best option. I need to just do that, honestly. I'll probably do that really, really soon. Probably like within a week, I'll order a probe kit. But I think he's a male. I think everything's okay as far as that goes. But yeah, so whenever he goes in with the Desert Ghost, you know, she's like using the bathroom all over the place and things like that, or somebody's using the bathroom all over the place, and, you know, people say that's supposed to happen, and With the ultra male, it didn't really go like that as much. There wasn't like a lot of the bathroom using and things like that. They just kind of chilled out in there together for 3 days. I've been doing it 3 days at a time. So he's been in with the Desert Ghost twice now. So he's been in with her for 6 days. He's been in with the ultra male for 3 days and the BPI Extended for 3 days. And then I give him like 4 days off. I let him eat. I try to leave him in, take him out, give him a day just to chill, and then the day after that feed, and then give him like 2 days before I put him back in with another female. And then I leave him in there for 3 days. I think that comes out to 7 days. It's like a 1 week cycle. You know, he's only going to 1 female per week, since he's not really going to many females. But yeah, that's kind of how I've been doing it with him. I think it's the best way to go about it. We're going to find out. I mean, I guess it'll all come out whenever it's time for them to lay eggs, if they actually have eggs or not, if it's, you know, working out or not. But I feel like it is. I think it is. I just really want to get babies, and I'm kind of, like, now that it's truly time for this to all happen, like, all these things are popping up in my head that I'm, like, super worried about. You know, like, I just don't know. Like, I tried popping this guy. No hemipenes came out, and you know, and everybody's like, well, you can't just keep trying. You know, you hear that on video, so you can't just try and try and try. So I only tried like 2 times with him, you know, and nothing came out. I was like, well, shit. So I just put him back in, and I don't know. Like I said, I need to get a probe kit. I need to like check these animals to know for sure. And I should have done this a year and a half ago. I know a lot of you are probably thinking that as well, but for some reason it just never really, you know, I don't know. I just never really thought that it was going to be an issue. I never thought that I was going to even have to question that, but yeah, now I'm questioning like literally everything. I don't know if my females are females or if my males are males. Everything is like really, really worrying me at this point, but I'm really thinking everything's going to I think everything's going to be okay. Maybe not, maybe so, I don't know, but we're going to, like I said, we're going to find out. There's one way to truly know, and that's just to keep putting them together, or just go ahead with the probe kit, which is going to happen. What's up, bud? So yeah, Hadley named this guy Maui. So one of these females, I think the ultra male is Moana. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Look at him trying to be a badass. Thanks. They get a little feisty every now and then. And guys, and for those of you who are like new to ball pythons, this snake right here, he never gets handled. Okay, this is about as intense as they get. This guy right here, if I got him out every day, you know, or not every day, they send out to handle him every day. If I got him out like twice a week for a month and just held him for 30 minutes a day, he would be so chill. You know, but I honestly don't get them out very often, just because I don't want to stress them out any more than I need to. But yeah, I mean, you see how easygoing they are. I mean, he kind of popped up at me a little bit there, but it's just kind of, he's definitely more defensive than your average ball python, just because I don't really handle him much. But I mean, even without being handled much, I mean, he's chill. You know, he kind of keyed in on my face there, but I think that's just because, like, you know, I'm talking and there's warm air coming out of my mouth, and they have heat pits, so he's probably just seeing like a little ball of heat right here in front of my face. He's kind of thinking it might be a rodent or something. I mean, he's probably not sure what's going on, but yeah. So they're awesome though. If you're considering buying one, but you're just not sure, just go ahead and buy one. They're awesome, but make sure you have your setup and all that figured out first before you actually go ahead and pull the trigger on it. But yeah, definitely get one. They're far from aggressive. They're actually a very, very relaxed snake. I think my most aggressive is this Desert Ghost female, but she's only aggressive if there's food in the room, and honestly, there's always food in the room, and I have rats over here. But it's kind of crazy. She knows the difference. Like, she lives in a room with rats, and I can open this tub up 6 days a week and she's fine. But the one day that I actually thaw rats out in this room, like frozen thawed rats, that's whenever she's like jumping out of her cage and stuff whenever I open it. Like, it's insane really how good they can smell or taste the air, I guess would be more accurate. How well they can taste the air. It's insane. Like I said, she is literally in here with probably 40 rats right now, I would say, in this room, and she's fine. I can open it up and she'll be at the back of her tub coiled up, but as soon as I start heating rats up in this room, like frozen thawed rats, this snake will come unglued. It's insane, really. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of share that with you. The VPI Xanthic, I forgot to tell you about her and the Passalanchi clown together. Whenever they go together, you know, you see them. You do see them kind of lining up. You know, they're laying side by side, and you feel like they're doing what they need to be doing. But I've honestly not seen a lock yet. I have seen him, you know, like I said, side by side with him and the VPI Xanthic. You know, the VPI Xanthic was kind of like laying on top of him and this and that. And I just, like I said, though, I haven't seen a lock. They are putting their scents out like crazy as far as using the bathroom and things like that, except with the ultra male. She didn't really do it all that much. But even with the ultra male, I put her back in her tub the other day, and I kind of like tried, you know, squeezing her belly a little bit to see if I could feel anything. And she's got like little bumps in her. You know, they feel like something like little marbles. I don't know if that's truly, shoot, I'm not going to be able to think of what it's called right now. I can't think of it. I'll probably think of it here in a little bit. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know, it's like the eggs, the beginning of the eggs. You know, you can actually feel them through the snake. If you like kind of squeeze their belly and let them crawl through your hand, you'll feel like a little plump, 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 plump. I felt that in her, like 5 of them in the ultra male, and they're big enough for me to feel for my first time ever trying it. You know, so they're definitely big. I mean, they felt like a little bit smaller than marbles. Just a little bit smaller, but I mean, they may have been the size of marbles. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I definitely felt little bumps in her. So, I mean, I don't know if it's like, I don't know. And like I said, she's actually the one that wasn't using the bathroom in her cage or anything like that. Like, she wasn't really like going all crazy, but I don't know, man. This is like, it's confusing me a little bit for sure. If you guys know if this is going according to plan or if this is like spiraling out of control for me, just please put it in the comments. Let me know kind of what's going on. Any comments will definitely be appreciated for sure. Just to kind of help me out, maybe even calm my nerves a little bit. Like if what's going on in here with the Desert Ghost and the VPI Xanthic means that he's a male, and you know that for sure, like you're 100% that them doing all that, the Desert Ghost flicking her tail around on him or things like that, if you know that that means he's a male and that she's a female, then please put that in the comments too and say 100% sure it's a male and 100% sure they're females. That would really help me sleep better as well. But who knows, man? I just hope it all works out. If you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever I post new videos. And I will see you next time.